How did script writing work for you? What did you enjoy?
So the script writing process for me wasn't one that I typically take. I went in with zero structure. I just kind of took the approach through kind of like a stream of consciousness. So I kind of just sat there, thought about my initial ideas and went from there. And because I knew one of my targets was to make it a little bit more personal, more relatable to other people, I was bringing in some previous stories or things that my mum had told me that I kind of had a suspicion that other people knew about or spoke about also. So I think obviously that inspired me. And sometimes I find that my writing is better when I spontaneously write rather than going in with a premeditated idea.
So for myself, I'm taking the MA Theatre course. I'm not particularly too good at writing scripts, so it was a section that I knew was going to be difficult for myself. So I made sure that I asked for help around the class. I wrote my story out as it was, and classic me, I did a lot of waffling, and the script was far too long. So I asked around for a lot of help, and after about 10 minutes, my classmates helped me cut it down, changed a couple of the words, so it became more of a story rather than just me telling a memory. And I left with something that I was extremely proud of.
Script writing for me, I struggled with it very much actually, because every time I wrote something, I ended up not really having a narrative to it. And so I was there and I used a technique that Mike Wilson taught us. And it was, he wrote his stuff in verses like it was poetry. You hit a new line every time a sort of new thought comes into your head. And after doing that every so often, I actually ended up having a proper narrative of a story about winter, which is what I wanted to do mine on. But I managed to get a story and a narrative about me going to a shop during winter. And that was how I kept myself entertained during the dark months.